Today I'm going to be reviewing the CSB Giant Print Single Column Bible. I believe this came out in September. It's from Holman. So I was really glad to get my hands on this because I was excited to see this one because I love the CSB translation. I also really like single column Bibles and I like large print Bibles. So this one was checking off a lot of boxes for me. So this is the olive leather touch cover. And it does come in this sleeve. I just pulled it off so I didn't have to wrestle with that while I was trying to film here. So just to go over some features of this before we go into the Bible, it says the CSB Giant Print Single Column Bible features giant, easy-to-read 12-point type in a single column reading experience that's perfect for devotional reading, personal study, or use at church. The giant print type and single column text also make this Bible an ideal choice for ministry and preaching. So as I mentioned, it is single column. It has 12-point font. It's Smith-sewn binding, so it's going to lay nice and flat for you. We have topical subject headings. It's a black letter text. It has footnotes, gilded page edges, a ribbon marker, a concordance, presentation page, full color maps, and it is 6.5 by 9.5 inch page size. So let's get into this a little further here. Take a look at our spine here. We have CSB, Holy Bible, Christian Standard Bible, and Holman with the indented ribs here. I really like this green color. It is, as it says, an olive green, so I thought that was really nice. This is our ribbon marker here. Gonna have perimeter stitching. The page gilding is very glittery and sparkly. Not sure if you can pick it up as well on the camera there, but it's very nicely done. We're gonna have a paste down liner. Presentation page. Table of contents. And this also comes in a burnt sienna leather touch, an earthen teal suede soft leather touch, which looks really nice as well. I was kind of stuck between that one and the olive. I went with the green. I'm not sorry I did, but I think that the teal would be a really nice cover as well. And then, if I can turn some pages here. Maybe. Anyway, well, it's the introduction to the Christian Standard Bible. Page is giving me a lot of trouble for some reason. And then we're going to have commonly used abbreviations in CSB Bibles. And you can tell I have used this, but I have not been through a lot of the beginning pages here. So pages are going to stick a little bit. It's really not as bad as my clumsy fingers are making it look. It's because I'm only using one hand and trying to talk at the same time. So that's why it looks a little more than it actually is. But it's really not bad to separate the pages. All right, so then we're going to get into the Old Testament. And you can see I love this layout. I was not disappointed. I was really looking forward to this one, like I said. And I'm not disappointed by the layout. It's very easy to read. I love that 12-point font. It does appear to be line matched. And there's good spacing. Chapter numbers are bolded, as well as headings. We have our footnotes at the bottom of the page. Yeah, and the chapter numbers are kind of in a olive green color as well. At least to my eyes. So this is a great Bible. If you wanted to read through the Bible in a year, or if you are, you're trying to read through a whole book in a day or a couple days, you're trying to do extended periods of reading, this would be a really, really great option for this. And it's not a super expensive Bible either, being that it's not like a premium Bible or anything. So that's helpful too. It's not a lot of money, not a huge cost. So it's easy for a lot of people to have access to. So I like that. Font's nice and dark. You don't have a lot of margin space. So this wouldn't really be much of a note-taking Bible. I think you could highlight in it. I'm probably not going to, because I'm going to use it as a reader. But I'm sure you could do that. Just test out your highlighters in the back to make sure they're not going to bleed through the page. But I'm sure you could highlight in this one. Not a lot of room for notes, but that's not really the purpose of this Bible. This, in my opinion, would be more of a reading Bible or one to take to church and follow along with. It'll be a good one for that because of the font size. Sometimes, I know at least at my church, sometimes it's kind of the lighting's not always the best, so I like to take a larger or darker print Bible with me, but the font's more dark and bold so I can see it better. So this one would be great for that. And of course it's CSB, so I love that translation as well. So that's another bonus. All right, let's go ahead and go back into the New Testament. And you can see it's a black letter text. For me, that's another bonus because I prefer black letter. Nothing wrong with red letter, especially if it's well done. On my eyes personally, it's just easier to have the black text. It's just easier for me to read for longer periods of time. But like I said, if it's done well, it's not a deal breaker. But I was excited that this one is black letter. Let's go ahead and get to the end of the Bible now. We're almost to the end of Revelation here. There we go. Try not to skip over anything here. All right, there we go. So once we get to the end of Revelation, you're going to have a where to turn page. So, for example, when you face physical danger, when you're bored, when God seems far away, when you're tired, when you have to leave home, when you're sick, when the devil comes after you, when you're anxious, when someone has wronged you, etc. So there's all kinds of topics here. You're going to get the scripture reference and the page number to find that scripture reference. So that's very helpful. And then we're also going to get if I can turn the pages, that is. There is a table of weights and measures behind here, I promise. There it is. Okay, sorry about that. So there's our table of weights and measures. And then we have our CSB concordance. And then I believe that's it. Before the maps, yes. So then after that, we're going to get our maps. And these are on cardstock, typical maps you would see at the end of one of these beautiful Holman Bibles. And then we're at the end of the Bible. So, like I said, this one did not disappoint. I was really excited to see it, and I love the layout. I love the single column. I love the 12-point font. I like how the font is nice and bold. I like how it's line matched. Very nice cover as well. I like the green. It's a little different, besides my pinks and purples that I really enjoy. It's cool to get another color in the collection here. So, yeah, I don't have anything bad to say about this. I would love to get this rebound at some point. I think this would be a perfect rebind candidate, especially if you love the CSB. You need that larger print. You're going to be using it heavily as a reading Bible, maybe to read through the Bible in a year, and you're going to carry it with you all year long. I think this would hold up pretty well, honestly, too. So you don't have to get it rebound, of course, and I may not do that. I'm not quite sure yet. Maybe eventually, Christmas is kind of coming up right now, and got to save the money for that. But maybe eventually I will get this rebound, as this would be an excellent candidate for a rebind. I love my single column. Like I said, the ESV Heritage, the CSB single column personal size. These are all Bibles that I use really often. The New King James Version single column. I love my single column Bibles, and I have quite a few that I enjoy. Those are the top ones that I can think of off the top of my head. But this is a great one to add to that stack of single column Bibles, and I have a feeling I'm going to use this one very often. So again, this is the CSB Giant Print Single Column Bible. It comes in 3 different cover options, and this is from Holman.